films based on games are often unsuccessful due to the fact that filmmakers are trying to ram the plot of a long game or an entire series into an hour-and-a-half tape. TV people have more freedom in this regard. Until recently, video game series were rarely filmed, but several major premieres are planned for the next year or two. After the video about movies based on games, we will touch on recent TV series and talk about the upcoming ones. Shenmue is a detective adventure series that originated on the Dreamcast in the late 1990s. She got a triquel in 2019. The plot is still not finished. Japanese teenager Ryo Hazuki explored his native Yokosuka, Hong Kong, the Chinese village of Beilu, and the town of Niao in search of his father's killers. Shenmue developed the concept of the open world and QTE and significantly influenced blockbusters like GTA and Yakuza. Shenmue the Animation is a collaboration between Crunchyroll, Adult Swim, and Japanese telecom animation film. The 13-episode series offers an extended look at the events of the first and second parts. Fans of the original respond positively to the adaptation. The Cuphead Show. Cuphead is a sensational platform run and gun arcade game from 2017. The project was remembered for strong bosses and a stylish cartoon picture. Cuphead looked like an animated film, so it is quite predictable that he made it to the screens, albeit in the format of a TV series. First season of The Cuphead Show consists of 12 episodes. You will see the characters you love, but the art is closer to the present, while the game referred to the cartoons of the 1930s. The second important point is that the show is aimed at children, unlike the game. Netflix renews The Cuphead Show for several seasons. The second will see the light of day this summer. Halo is Microsoft's flagship shooter series. The events in it take place in the distant future, where Earthlings are struggling with an alliance of alien races called the Covenant. Halo, or Halos, are ring worlds, the most powerful weapon in the universe. The main character is the Master Chief, Akajon 117, a Spartan, that is, a genetically enhanced super soldier. In this series, released on the Paramount Plus streaming service, the legendary Spartan was played by Pablo Schreiber from American Gods. The work on the TV show was a long one. The project was announced in 2013. Steven Spielberg took part in its creation. Interestingly, the storyline of the original and the film adaptation do not match. The television canon will be developed separately from the canon of the game. The story won't end on the first season. Halo has already been renewed for a second. Resident Evil. Capcom's Resident Evil horror action games are gripping from start to finish, both in terms of gameplay and intimidating environments. The latest installment in the franchise, Resident Evil Village, has surpassed the 5 million mark in sales. Netflix's Resident Evil series is not directly related to any game. He tells a separate story, in the center of which is Jade Wesker, the daughter of Albert Wesker, one of the main villains of the game series. The action in 8 episodes takes place before and after the zombie apocalypse. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Cyberpunk 2077 is a large-scale RPG from CD Projekt Red with a detailed metropolis of Night City and Keanu Reeves. The game landed on PC, PS4, and Xbox One at the end of 2020 and has received an unhealthy share of criticism due to a plethora of technical bugs. Since then, the Polish team has been fixing bugs little by little. In February 2022, the project finally made it to PS5 and Xbox Series. The fact that Netflix launched an anime in the Cyberpunk 2077 universe has long been known. The series of 10 episodes will be released under the banner of Cyberpunk, Edgerunners. It tells about a guy from the street trying to survive in a world of high technology and rampant crime. The anime is produced by Studio Trigger, which is run by Gurren Lagann. The soundtrack is composed by Akira Yamaoka, composer of Silent Hill. Tekken Bloodline. Tekken fighting games gained massive popularity back in the 1990s. Tekken 7 landed on PC, PS4, and Xbox One in 2017 and has an average score of over 80/100 on Metacritic. Tekken, Bloodline is an animated series from Netflix. It is about Jin Kazama. The character has been present in games since the third part. In the series, as in Tekken 3, Jin enters a fighting tournament to avenge his mother's murder. The Last of Us. Many people associate the latest generations of PlayStation consoles with Naughty Dog shooters, Uncharted and The Last of Us. 2 parts came out in 2013 and 2020. They show post-apocalyptic North America. The cause of the fall of civilization was cordyceps, a fungus that turns people into zombies. The girl Ellie, who travels across the dying mainland with the smuggler Joel, is not subject to this influence. Filming of this series on The Last of Us under the auspices of the HBO channel is now in full swing. Joel will be portrayed by Pedro Pascal, Ellie by Bella Ramsey. Both were noted in the Game of Thrones in supporting roles. The Last of Us was co-written by Craig Mazin, co-creator of the Chernobyl miniseries, and Neil Druckmann, helmsman of the game dilogy. Fallout is a line of RPG about the world after a nuclear war. The latest installment in the series, Fallout 76, disappointed gamers and the press. The PC version has a Metacritic score of 52 out of 100. The Fallout film adaptation will be sponsored by Amazon Studios. Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, the creators of the Westworld show, sat down to write the script. Filming will be directed by Geneva Robertson-Dworet and Graham Wagner. Robertson-Dworet is familiar to gamers as the screenwriter of the action movie Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Filming will start this year. The series will appear on Amazon Prime Video. Amazon Studios, by the way, has other game adaptations up its sleeve. For example, Disco Elysium and Life is Strange. Nier, Automata mixes action RPG, slasher, and shoot-'em-up features. It combines an interesting story from Yoko Taro and intense gameplay from Platinum Games' Bayonetta. Nier, Automata has become one of the most successful and vibrant Japanese games of recent years. It has sold over 6 million copies since its release. Bits of information about the film adaptation of Nier, Automata, is available to us. First, it's an animated series. Second, publisher Square Enix entrusted it to Aniplex. In terms of character design and spirit, Nier, Automata is close to Japanese animation, so the result will be interesting to see anyway. American McGee's Alice is an outlandish shooter from 2000, a dark reimagining continuation of the story of Alice from the books of Lewis Carroll. It has already been tried more than once to shift it into film language in the form of a film, unsuccessfully. The cue for the TV people. Radar Pictures acquired the film rights to American McGee's Alice. The piggy bank of the American company includes the paintings Riddick and The Last Samurai. The script is being written by David Hayter, who voiced Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid. He also became famous as a screenwriter for Watchmen and X-Men. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Ubisoft has teamed up with Netflix to resurrect Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. The game series has been on pause for a long time, so at least look at the cartoon adventures of Sam Fisher. The show is divided into 2 seasons of 8 episodes each. Derek Kolstad, John Wick and its sequels, is working on the script. In parallel, Kolstad is writing the script for the series based on My Friend Pedro. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell isn't the only collaboration between Ubisoft and Netflix. They're trying to make a live-action series based on Assassin's Creed. In addition, the French publisher plans to film Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Watch Dogs, Hungry Shark, and Rayman as animated series. System Shock. The TV series based on System Shock was ordered by the Binge Online Cinema. It does not work yet. Its specialization will be game shows. In addition to System Shock, the program of the service includes a film adaptation of Driver. System Shock are sci-fi shooters from the era of the industry's transition from 2D to 3D. Native, who owns the rights to the series, is working on a remake of the first part. The sequels will be managed by the Chinese giant Tencent. We're aware of a few details about adaptation. It will be produced by Alan Ungar, who once directed a perky, unofficial short film on Uncharted, where Nathan Drake was portrayed by Nathan Fillion. If your favorite TV show is not included in this list, write in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, watch our other videos, press like, turn on notifications, and you will always be aware of what to play today.